is the stuff, yeah, grab a piece of paper and pencil if you haven't already. What we're doing is we're actually graphing piecewise functions. So as long as you remember how to graph lines and stuff, you should be okay. All right? So number 15, here's what it says. Let's go ahead and jot this down. So we have y equals negative x and y equals x minus 6. And then they say if x is less than 2, x is greater than or equal to 2. Okay, so go ahead and jot this down, and then we're going to graph these things. So if you remember what we did before was they gave us these. They said, okay, plug this value in for x, and you had to plug it into the right function. Okay. Well, now we're not finding the value. We're actually graphing these. Okay. So it's going to be one graph, but it's going to be in two pieces. Okay, two different pieces. Okay, so we have y equals negative x if x is less than negative 2, x is less than 2. And y equals x minus 6 if x is bigger than or equal to 2. Okay? So how we do it is this. And here's what I would suggest. This will work really good for me because I have a dry erase marker that can erase very simply. If you have a pencil, I would use pencil, and I would do it very lightly, okay? Because what we're going to do is we're going to graph this, and then you're going to erase some of it. Okay, you're going to erase some of it. So we have y equals negative x. If I graph y equals negative x, I could say negative x plus 0 if I wanted to, okay? And negative, that's actually negative 1. I'm going to make that a fraction over 1. So how we graph this, the first thing we do is we go up 0. Up 0, in case you forgot how to graph lines. Then we rise negative 1 and run positive 1. So we're going to rise negative 1 and run positive 1, and then I'm going to draw my line. Okay, now if it was me, I would do that, but do it in pencil and do it lightly, because we're going to erase part of it in just a second.
What?
We're going to erase part of it. What?
Erasing what?
You'll see in a second.
Oh, great.
Okay? So we graph the line, y equals negative x plus 0. But it's only that graph if x is less than 2. So here x is 1, here x is 2. Okay, so it's this graph if it's less than 2. Well, what direction is x less than 2? I mean, x is left and right. So if it's less than 2, we're talking about numbers that are where compared to 2? To the left side. So which way, left or right? Left. So we're going to keep everything to the left of 2. But what are we going to do to the part that's to the right of 2? We have to erase it. Okay, that's the part we're going to erase. Okay. Now, do we include 2? Is 2 included in this graph right here? Is 2 less than 2?
No, it's not.
So is it included?
No.
No, it's not. So here's what we got to do. We have to have an open dot there.
Okay. What does that mean again?
I'm sorry?
What does the open dot mean?
It means not including.
Oh.
Okay. And the example I use quite often is this. In basketball, is the sideline part of the playing surface? If you touch the sideline or the baseline, are you in bounds or you're out of bounds? You're out of bounds. In volleyball, if the ball hits the line, is it in or is it out? It's actually in.
It's in.
Okay, volleyball, the line's in volleyball, but in basketball, the line is out. Okay? So in basketball, it would be an open dot. You don't include the sideline or the baseline. Okay? It's there, though, because you got to know where it's at. In volleyball, you do include it. It'd be a solid dot. Okay, now we got to graph y equals x minus 6. And let's make that a 1 over 1 there. So to graph this, we're going to go down 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and put a dot. Okay. And then our slope is 1 over 1. So we're going to rise 1 and run 1. Okay. And we're going to, I don't know if those touch or not. Okay. Kind of fudged it a little bit. So we went down 6, then up 1 over 1. Now are we going to include all of this line? No, we got to erase part of it. It's only this line if x is bigger than or equal to. So what part are we going to keep? The part to the left or the part to the right are we going to keep?
To the right.
So what are we going to do?
Get rid of it.
Get rid of everything to the
Right.
left.
And then you're going to have an open
Right, I
dot,
just got so
right?
confused.
Open or closed on this one?
Closed, because it's greater than or equal to.
Yep.
Um,
Okay. So.
Yeah, I'm not getting this very easily.
Well, it's the first one. It's the first one. And I tell you what, I want to see if I can. It's hard. I'm going to try to draw these as good as I can, but
You're doing your best. That's all.
yeah, well, I'm going to cheat here and find out which one it is.
Oh.
Well, I mean, we did it. I just want to make sure. If you and it's the, so when you do this, you wanna click on the bottom, oh, and there's one more thing, it's the bottom left. That's when you wanna click on. Okay, the bottom left one's what we're gonna click on. Oh, one more thing we gotta do here, okay?
Oh, no.
They ask us for the domain and the range.
Oh, not this.
Domain and range.
Oh, man.
Domain.
Those were.
You look at the graph left and right, okay? Does this graph go to the left forever?
No.
It's not just going up, it's going up, it's also going
Continue.
to the left. This is also going up and it's also going to the
Right.
right. So, what did they use? Everything, all real, remember that double bar R?
Yeah.
That's all real numbers, okay? Everything was used, okay? Everything was used. Okay?
What's
Now-
that say over domain?
It's supposed to be like a capital R with a double bar R. That's the symbol for all real numbers. Now, when you click on it, it's not gonna have that symbol, it's gonna say all real numbers. It's just, I'm lazy, okay? I put that symbol, that
At least
symbol's
you're
for
honest
all
about
real
it.
numbers. Yep. Okay, the range. Don't look at it left and right, look at it up and down. Does it go up forever?
Yes.
Yes, it does. It goes up forever.
All
Does it
real
go
numbers.
down forever?
No.
No.
No. What's the lowest this thing gets to? Looks
3.
like about 3. Is it 3?
3 or 3.5.
I'm off by a little bit. Should be -4. Actually, down, not 3. Negative. It should be -4. So everything above -4, bigger than or equal to -4. Okay. Yours will be better because when you're putting your answers in, you're gonna be clicking on a grid. It'll be easier to tell where your answers are. Okay. 2 more to go. Like I say, these are a little harder. Okay, y equals -3x minus 2. And then we have x plus 2. And we have x is less than or equal to -1. And if x is bigger than -1. Okay, yeah, jot those down. Okay, so I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna make this a fraction over 1, and this is a 1 over 1. Okay, so let's graph this thing. This first one, we're gonna go down 2, put a dot, and our slope is -3 over 1. So from that point, we're gonna rise -3 and run +1 and draw our line.
We want to get rid of the top, don't we?
Well, hang on a second. It's got, I wouldn't say, well, you're right, but you're saying it the wrong way. X is what directions?
Horizontal.
Left and right, okay?
Yeah.
So, x is less than, okay? Where is x less? To the left or to the right?
To the left.
To the left. So we're gonna keep to the left, we're gonna get rid of
Right.
to the right. To the right of -1. So -1 is, I don't know, right around here, so. So everything, here's -1. We wanna keep to the left, but get rid of to the right. So let's erase that. Open or close dot right here.
It's gonna be O.
Close. Why? One word.
Because it's equal to.
Equal to, or there's a line there either way.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. And then this one, we're gonna go up 2 and put a dot. And from there, we're gonna rise 1 and run 1. I'm fudging this because I'm looking at the answer. It'll be so much easier because you're gonna have a nice